a bald cypress swamp. Water to blow, and bald cypress trees can live in deep water for long periods after taking root. In summer, when the swamp is nearly dry, seedlings can stay alive in deep water enough to see other plants. This trail leads through the abandoned river channel. As the channel fills with silt and vegetation, black willow, sycamore, red maple, and other trees. Don't hurry. The change will take several hundred years. So we're going to go down here and we're going to check out this bridge that goes over the swamp. And you can kind of see the swamp area down below with all the cypress trees. And this is the Natchez Trace. We're probably about 120 miles from Natchez at this point. You're entering a realm of trees, water, reflection, subtle beauty, and peaceful settings soothe a tired soul. The trail is easily walked. Oh, look at this. Let's lead the way, Tarzan. You can see the swampy area down below, and we're going to cross a bridge that just kind of crosses the swamp through the trees. Wow, this is like Florida. I'm waiting for the crocodiles to come out. No, Tarzan, don't jump. Stay here. Now we're in the center of the swampy area. So we're on the other side of the swamp area here. What are you doing? And you can see it's kind of crossed the little swamp. It's kind of a river. It's also a trail that kind of meanders through the trees here, a nature trail, and these little side trails. Not sure how brave I am, but some kind of animal. So, foothold. Many years ago, the Pearl River flowed here, then it changed the course. The shadow area was created by the deposition of sediments as the river retreated during periodic low waters. Look at the little stumps. Ooh, some kind of animal. Look at these little stumps. Almost roots. Small difference in elevation in a swamp makes a big difference in the kinds of trees that grow. Just a few inches above the wet area, oaks, sweet gum, maple, and pines can grow. And meanwhile, down just a few inches of the cypress trees that have the deep roots that can grow in super wet soil. And it's fascinating when you see the baby cypress. They almost look like little gnomes coming out of the ground. Let's cross the bridge. I want to leave you with these winter cypress trees. Silhouettes of a forest of tall ancient creatures and little stubs off there in the distance, all in a tiny little swamp. Probably the swampiest land north of Florida. The Vicksburg Civil War. And here's the visitor center over here, and you can see we're about to see a lot of monuments for probably every infantry that ever fought here. Looks like we're going through an exhibit of cannons, 3-inch cannons. Tazan seems to find them fascinating. He's got to smell every cannon. That's interesting. It must have a unique smell to them. And Navy, Siege. That one's Field Howitzer. Great. You know, we've just got to pee on everything. All right, it looks like I'm going to go into the visitor center in a little bit and check that out. But we're going to see a lot of this battlefield here. Another view of the cannons from the front. You know, these were quite important during this battle. Well, you can kind of see who won the battle by whose flag is still up there. Confederates had won. Well, that flag would be different. But you can see here a traditional cannon, pristine condition. Not sure if it's a recreation. But also you can see the mounds that are built. We use mounds for something different than the Indians did. Basically makeshift forts. And then you can see all the monuments off there in the distance. This is where there was a major garrison and a fort to guard the city of Vicksburg. And it was on a hill that commanded the upper level during the battle. And here's a memorial. So this is the Illinois Memorial. It was built to honor those in the Illinois military that died here. They built this on the very top of the hill. Beautiful marble. Stronghold on the bluff. This is where the cannons were placed to basically bring down ships that were going up and down the Mississippi at this point. Safeguard the river, standing at the highest point along the Vicksburg bluff during the Civil War. This spot provided a perfect perch for the Confederate guns to guard the Mississippi to prevent the Union vessels from getting past. And as you can see here, what are you doing? And this is the bluff up top here. Explore the defenses. And we're heading up toward the USS Cairo, one of the ironclads that was placed up and down the Mississippi. We're now on the Confederate line. You can see the signs have switched to red, and this is where there was a battery of large cannon to protect the river. And you can see the bluff here. This is perfect pit, perfect point. This is the Johnson Company Tennessee Heavy Artillery River Batteries, the Army of Vicksburg, Captain Johnson. You can see this cannon over here. It's a nice sized cannon. You have a bunch of these up here. Nobody's getting up and down that Mississippi. They're not allowed to. So this is two 6-powder guns and one 24-powder siege gun in this position. So we're at the USS Cairo Museum, and pulled this ironclad out of the water, and we're going to take a look at it. See if you can get a cannon kind of perched on the top section. There's a museum in the back. So another view of the USS Cairo on the front section. And you can see we're right across from Civil War cemetery over there. And we noticed there were massive trenches that were dug for the dead, which probably means they just laid them all in there. And they basically just have markers, you know, aisle A, aisle B, aisle 2. And we get a great look at the USS Cairo here as we come up close behind it. And you can see the cannons and the portholes. You can see a lot of the wooden structure is still built, and it would just iron on the outside, but basically all wood. And as we get closer here, so this was torpedoed and sunk right here in 1862, December 12th. It's part of the mine clearing expedition of the Yazoo River. The commander, hearing small arms coming, steamed around the rest of the boats and up to the unexplored water. Suddenly an explosion tore through the boat, including the hole you see in front of you. So a little closer here. You can see it's got cannons all over on the side, probably iron covering. So you can see here the paddle wheel in the back section, and you can see the cannons toward the front section. Probably the steam engine was down below. They have replicas of the steam pipes coming out, and then they had cannons in the back, and cannons and probably gun turrets or something toward the top. A huge paddle wheel. To leave the Cairo, USS Cairo, you actually have to go through a suburb, and now we're going through downtown Vicksburg and passing the famous Coca-Cola Museum. And it's funny, people's homes actually have monuments in their backyard or their front yard, and signposts saying, "I'm the 12th, Mississippi Infantry died." So here's downtown, maybe? I don't know. There's a scenic drive over to the right. This looks like like maybe the city hall. Of course, they got cannons in the front. Oh, the old courthouse museum. Look at that building. It's got the cannons in the front. And the new courthouse. And maybe this is one of the schools. But these old Vicksburg homes, some of them possibly 100, 150 years old, just lining the streets. And here we have some big limestone houses. Oh, there's some mansions down there on the left. Oh, some beautiful.
I think I fucking missed it. Shit.
Oh, come on. Alright, we can make a U-turn eventually. You can turn left here and get on the same road. Beautiful homes. I guess we're staying at the Natchez State Park, and we had to go way off the beaten path in order to get here. We went down a windy, narrow road in the middle of nowhere, no lights, no signs, nothing. And we found our campground finally. Not well marked. And it's hard to see, but there's the RV off there. Tarzan and I are actually taking a little walk. It looks like everyone's getting back from wherever they went. It's gotten busy. Oops. And it looks like there is a lake down here, I think. So I'm kind of checking that out. There's a lake. I guess in the morning it's going to be much easier to see. Yeah, I guess there's a lake over there. It's very difficult to see that. So we're going to walk back up, check out and see what the bathrooms look like, and hopefully not die. Okay, so we're going to Graceland in Memphis. So this is on my bucket list here. So we're going to turn left on Elvis Presley Boulevard. Head straight to his house. So we got off the freeway to check this out. So Elvis's house is roughly over there somewhere. Graceland parking here, but souvenirs and gifts. Oh, these are his jets. His private airplanes. And there's the museum over there. Oh, this is Graceland Museum. It's like a Disneyland. And his home, I guess, is too far away to see. You have to buy tickets to get in to see it. That's it. We've got as close to Elvis as we could. So there is Graceland. There's Elvis's house. They've got a big manger in the front of it, which is nice, and the bus is going in. Looks like you have to have tickets to get in there. And there's his airplanes right across the street. How convenient. Easily jump in them. And then there's a big hotel over here. So it looks like we're leaving Memphis, getting back on the 55 north, heading up towards St. Louis. We're 280 miles from St. Louis.